Good morning, Chancellor McCoy, President Straus, Chairwoman Salazar. Thank you very much for inviting me back to this great university for such a momentous day. I know we have a long program and a lot of names to get through, so I want to jump right in and salute the people who really deserve to be celebrated today. The people who put in the long hours and the late nights to make this all possible. The ones who thought this milestone would never come, but they persevered, they worked hard, and they defied the odds. I'm speaking, of course, of all the parents in the audience. Congratulations to the parents. This is an emotional moment for the parents. I'm sure that you vividly remember driving your newborn child home from the hospital, pushing them on a swing set on a quiet Saturday morning, or teaching them to swim, or read, or to drive a car. Each of those experiences led directly to this ceremony. The confidence you developed in your children prepared and propelled them to become college graduates, and for that you should be extremely proud. Now, if you're feeling especially nostalgic right now, please let me reassure you parents of something. Both of my daughters have graduated from college in the last 10 years, and I promise, your work as a parent is far from over. Some of you will know exactly what I mean over the next couple of days as you move your new college graduate back into their old bedroom at your home. So graduates, please take time today to tell your parents how much you appreciate them. And don't be offended at dinner tonight when they ask for that emergency credit card back. And if you remember nothing else from this speech, please remember this. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I also want to congratulate the faculty who are here. These graduates are a reflection of your commitment to them. Their achievements are your achievements. These students will not forget the time and the talent that you have invested in them, and the state of Texas is grateful for your service. And finally, to the class of 2018. First, it's good to see that all of you made it here this morning. If only you had majored in engineering, you could have bought a few more hours and graduated at 2 p.m. Ellen DeGeneres once said, when you're wearing a robe at 10 o'clock in the morning, it usually means you've just kind of given up. But in your case, nothing could be further from the truth. I know there's a lot that you're going to miss here at Texas State. Ocarina Springs, Bobcat football games, eating a burger at the tap room after class, eating a burger at the tap room during class, and of course, your friends, roommates, and professors. You will be leaving a lot behind, but you have so much more in front of you, and believe it or not, you're ready for it. In fact, because of your hard work and your family's support, you will walk out of this arena today with a lot of advantages. Only about 1 in 4 Texans over the age of 25 has a 4-year degree. And much to the delight of your parents, you decided to study business, which probably means your career path is more clearly defined than many of your fellow graduates. You're stepping into a working world during an age of innovation. Just look at all the changes that we've seen in the economy in recent years. Everything from how we communicate, to how we grow our food, to how we get home from the airport. We're living at a time when one of the measures of success is getting to wear whatever you want to the office. In many fields, the power suit has been replaced by the power hoodie. These days, excelling in business isn't just about being good with numbers. Look 30 miles or so up the road and you'll see plenty of examples of how creative business minds have transformed our culture. Whether it was Aaron Franklin reinventing Texas barbecue, or Roy or Ryan Siders, the founders of Yeti, coming up with new ways to keep a beverage cold, or Kendra Scott taking $500 out of her bank account so she could start making jewelry in a spare bedroom. These are all people who saw an opening in the marketplace and they ran right toward it. And looking forward, the ways we conduct business will continue to change dramatically. But the education you've received over the last 4 years, or 5 or 6, has prepared you well to face those changes, and I have no doubt that you will be successful. But I hope you will remember that there is much more to success than financial gain. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with making money, and it's likely that you'll care a lot more about earning money in 20 years than you do today, and that's okay. But with the advantages you have and the education you've received, you have a responsibility to do much more. A few decades ago, I had the honor of playing a very small role in the administration of President George H.W. Bush. It was President Bush who said, "Any definition of a successful life must include serving others." In other words, don't let the social work majors and the pre-med students be the only ones who do good in the world. I know that a lot of you have made community service part of your college experience. For example, as an officer in Beta Alpha Psi, Stephanie Cantu has performed hours and hours of community service to help groups like Habitat for Humanity and the Capital Area Food Bank. Another one of your fellow graduates, Donaji Medina, and others involved with Students in Free Enterprise, have helped immigrants prepare for the citizenship test. Those are just a couple of examples of how members of this class have used your time and energy to help others. And I hope that you will continue to serve as you move on to other places and other experiences. Wherever you are, try to be just as committed to your community as you are to your career. Help a local children's shelter manage their books. Take a job at a nonprofit. Visit the elderly. Spend a weekend marching for something. Or just start by remembering to call your parents once in a while. And if you're completely stumped and really can't think of anything better to do, well, you could always run for public office. I want to offer 2 final pieces of advice, and I promise I will be brief with each of them. The first is to keep moving forward. Despite what they say, failure is an option. Don't be afraid of it, because falling down is only a problem if you refuse to get back up. I mentioned Kendra Scott a few minutes ago, and what you may not know is that before she succeeded in making and selling jewelry, she failed at making and selling hats. Sometimes jobs don't work out. Relationships run their course. Sometimes our 5-year plans take 10 years. And sometimes our plans change entirely. Just remember that all of this is okay. Most of you have the wonderful and irreplaceable gift of time. And there are very few mistakes in life from which you cannot recover. So if your heart is trying to pull you in a different direction, please listen to it. And that leads to my final piece of advice. Be yourself. There's perhaps no more compelling quality in a person than authenticity. It's true in politics, it's true in business, and it's true in life. But more importantly, authenticity puts us at peace with ourselves. As Gandhi said, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Be the person you are instead of the person that somebody else expects you to be. You may not know exactly who you are right now, and I promise that you're going to keep finding out. And the process of finding out continues as soon as you walk across this stage. So let's get on with it. I want to thank this great university again for allowing me to be part of this very special day. And I want to thank the families of the graduates for raising and supporting some of the people who will lead this state into the next exciting generation. But most of all, to the class of 2018, I want to say congratulations. We all look forward to seeing what you achieve. But even more importantly, we look forward to seeing who you become. Thank you all very, very much.